And again, I'm going to go through all of the Marvel news we have to catch up on in the last couple of days and from last week that was overshadowed by things like X-Men 97 and then, of course, the huge panel reveal. The first of which is the new news coming out about Thor 5. We have a ton of plot details. We also are hearing names now brought up for directors. One of them is a little curious or rather shocking to me. I can't believe she's on the list. Another makes total sense considering what we've been hearing about Thor 5. We're going to talk about it all, including Beta Ray Bill and the latest report for what we can expect from the next installment and possibly the last installment of the Thor franchise. But first, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, War Thunder, a free-to-play epic military game with land, sea, and air vehicles spanning an entire century. It's available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. War Thunder really is able to capture the immense scale of military conflict with its diverse selection of accurate vehicles and locations all over the world. The entire aesthetic of War Thunder is constantly being upgraded through gameplay, physics, and sound, which makes for an absolutely stunning game that really allows players to immerse themselves. Now, if you're a fan of military vehicles, you are going to be absolutely shocked with the accuracy and detail, which really makes each vehicle feel unique. And in War Thunder, all advanced technologies are available. Guided missiles, aviation protection, smokescreen, night vision devices. What's more, with the recent Alpha Strike update to the game, Hungarian aviation is now available along with a plethora of new equipment, both modern and classic. Visual effects have been significantly improved, and gameplay has been refined based on community requests. They even dropped a new map for intense aviation and tank battles, North Holland, fight in the red light district, or create a small apocalypse in a shopping center. Download War Thunder for free using the link in the description. All new players and those who haven't played War Thunder for half a year or more will receive some special bonuses. Rentals for the P-40E1 aircraft and M4 tank for a week, along with free unique skins for them, a special decorator, Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, 3 premium vehicles for a week of premium account access, and even more gifts. Hurry up, the American Vehicle bonus season will end soon. Okay, so we're keeping today's update in rumor mill territory, as this is coming from the anonymous Twitter scoopster Hollyfield News, and as I mentioned in our last video covering a report for them, they are rather new to the scoop scene, but have already developed a slight track record. That's why we're paying more attention to their updates. This is what they had to say about Thor 5. They start by saying Thor 5 is looking to start production in late 2025, which would be the end of next year, and that Gareth Edwards, Chloe Zhao, and Kenneth Branagh are the 3 directors that are all, quote, being eyed to helm the film. Now, Kenneth Branagh did the very first Thor film, so it's not a surprise to see his name here, especially considering we've been hearing that Marvel Studios and even Chris Hemsworth himself, via some quotes he let go in the last year and a half, want to go in a different direction and use a different tone for the next Thor film, something a lot more serious. So a return to Kenneth Branagh's take on the character would make a lot of sense. Now, the other name that would make sense as well from this list is Gareth Edwards, who directed Rogue One for Star Wars, what a lot of people, myself included, consider to be the best Star Wars film. I have no doubt he would do a great job with Thor 5, and obviously Kenneth Branagh and Gareth Edwards tied to Disney makes a lot of sense for why they're in the running. But it's this next name in Chloe Zhao, who also did Eternals for Disney in Marvel, that I just find super curious. Now look, there were a lot of reports, regardless of the film's actual performance at the box office and with fans, there were a lot of reports that there just wasn't a lockstep vision between Chloe Zhao as the director, what she wanted to do with Eternals, and what Marvel Studios did. She constantly wanted to shoot on set, which led to budget inflation, making it $236 million. Quick side note, still less expensive than Secret Invasion at $250 million. And my question now more than ever is, where did that money go? But in the meantime, I tried to rephrase this a couple of times, but I'll just try to say what I mean. She feels like she's part of the old guard from Phase 4, that Bob Iger came back to Marvel Studios and said, hey, we're dropping this. We're not doing this stuff anymore. We're going back to what we know works. And I just don't understand bringing her back to do Thor 5, and so I hope that she is not the person who ultimately gets to direct this film. Now, other details he offered is that Valhalla is going to be revisited in the film where we left off in the post-credit scene for Thor Love and Thunder, and that Thor will gain some extraordinary abilities. Now, we have seen some amazing variants of Thor in the Marvel comics, and especially real recently, but there is one in particular that my fingers are crossed that they are going to do some version of. While he may seem completely OP, given the context of the story in the multiverse, I don't think he will be, and that would obviously be Rune King Thor, which we'll do a future video and a full breakdown for that character. But considering Valhalla was teased at the end of Thor Love and Thunder, there's a good chance they were always going to go back there, because we also know that given some of the comic book precedent that's out there, that Jane Foster is going to return and as a Valkyrie, not a female version of Thor. He then goes on to confirm that finally, Beta Ray Bill and the Thor Corps will be introduced through the multiverse events. Beta Ray Bill has had so many Easter eggs in the Infinity Saga. They ditched him for Thor Ragnarok. He had another Easter egg and call out to his homeworld in the invasion during the scenes in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. So there has already been some precedent set for this. He is the perfect character to bring in lieu of ending the Thor franchise and possibly set up a future Annihilators on the horizon. We'll also cover that in a separate video. He also talks about this confirmed being the last installment in the Thor franchise and eyeing a 2027 release date per his earlier rumored slate from a couple of days before this scoop. I think all of these things definitely make sense in context of the story, and them going to a serious tone as opposed to whatever the hell Thor Love and Thunder was, I think is the best way to sort of end the franchise full circle, and Kenneth Branagh would definitely be the director for that, taking it right back to where they started, but with the growth and the way that the characters changed, probably give it a lot more updated, modern twist on the dialogue so that it fits a lot better with how Thor talks now rather than how he talked in during the first movie. And obviously Thor 1 had some problems. I just think Kenneth Branagh, given the current state of the Thor franchise and with some direction from how the Marvel Universe is and looks right now, would actually do a great job with that film. But my pick is Gareth Edwards, or maybe an unknown name that comes to the forefront, which, keep in mind, this is still in the rumor mill territory. Doesn't mean it's confirmed by any means. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below, what you'd like to see from Thor 5, and who you got to direct the film. I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get in the giveaway stuff before I let